Hello.
Hello, Mario.
Mm-hmm. Hi, Amy.
Hi, Ernie.
Hi, Harold. I have to get your certificate to you, Harold.
Oh, good. Thank you.
We are on Lamed Tes, Amud Aleph. We said there were 300, what the Gemara says are fables about foxes, like Aesop's fables, that Rav Meir knew 300 of them. But we only have 3 left. Avos yochlu voser v'shine vonim tekena. That's a pasuk in Yechezkel. Moznei tzedek avnei tzedek. These are psukim that we remember these fables. Tzadik mitzvah nechlatz vayover rosho tachta. Now, look at Rashi. Mashalu sherima shoel zazev. This parable is where the fox tricked the wolf. Ikonos lechatzar Yehudim be'erev Shabbos. The fox tricked the wolf to go into the courtyard of the Jews of erev Shabbos. Ulesakin imoim tzarchi suda v'yochel imam b'Shabbos. And to prepare food for Shabbos, to eat with them. They chased him away with sticks. So the wolf came, the wolf came to the fox and said, "What are you?" He went to kill the fox. Omar, it was, they struck you because of your father. V'achal is called natachtov, and he ate up everything good. So Omar lo uvishvil abani lo. So they're beating me because of the sin of my father. Omar lo, hey, ha'avos yochlu boser. That's the pasuk that we quoted. Then. So then the fox says to the wolf, I'll take you to a place where you can eat and be satisfied. Balo ala be'er. He brought him to a spring. V'alsfasu mutal eitz. There was a tree. V'achevel mushkav alav. There's a rope tied around one of the branches. Uvishnei roshei achevel. Shnei dalim kshrim. There are 2 pails tied to each end of the rope. Nichnas hashual bedelia elyon. The fox went into the upper pail, vehichbid, and therefore his weight caused it to lower. V'yard lamata, udliya tachton Allah, and there was a pail that was down, that was now coming up as the fox was going down. Amr lo haze'ev. So the wolf said to him, Lamata nichnas, why are you going down there? Amr lo yesh kan basar ugvina lechol lizba. There's meat and cheese. V'hera lo dmus alavana b'mayim kidmus agul. He showed him the moon in the water as a reflection, as if it was a round of cheese. Kimin gvina agula. So the fox is now on the bottom, and the wolf is up on top. So the wolf asks him, Amarlo, ani heich erid, how am I going to get down there? Amarlo, hachnesata bidleha elyon. You go into this other basket, like a seesaw. So he nichnas veich bidviara. So he went down, udlisha shul olav, and the bucket that the fox was in went up. And now the fox is down in the pit. Amar lehechani oila. So the wolf said, how am I going to get out of here? Amar lo tzadik mitzvah nechlatz b'yava rosh tachtav. It's like Aesop's fables, right? That the fox tricked him. Now, this is a dialogue, famous dialogue in Shas, between the Roman Caesar and Rabban Gamliel. It's Rabban Gamliel of Yavna. This is after 70 CE. Maybe they think it maybe was Trajan. Amalek case Rabban Gamliel. Elohechem ganafu. So the Roman Caesar said to Rabban Gamliel, your God is a thief. That he caused Adam to go to sleep, and then he stole a rib from him to make Chava. Amrle Barte. So the daughter of the Caesar told her, Galil Shavke, you be silent. Anamad, let me answer my father. Amrle Tnili Duchus Echa. So the daughter asked the Caesar, give me one of your officers. Amrle Lamalech. What do you need him for? So she said, List in Bo Aleinu Alayla. There were robbers here in the palace last night. No, this officer had a silver goblet stolen. But the Ganef left him a golden goblet. So the Caesar said, this kind of Ganef should come visit us every day. So basically, the daughter was telling him, wasn't this good for the Marishan? He had a rib removed. He got a life. Don't tell this to your wives. And he had a permanent maid for the rest of his life. So he had a good deal. Amrle, Aisuli Unsa de Bisra. So the daughter said, bring me a piece of raw meat. Aisula. Oisva tusi b'chasha apikta. She started grilling it. And Amrle echol. After she grilled the meat, she gave it to her father to eat. Amrle me'isali. I know that this is how they prepare meat, but looking at it, it makes it disgusting in my eyes. I don't want to eat it. Same thing. He did it. HaKadosh Baruch Hu made Chava while he was sleeping, so he wouldn't see exactly what was being done. Amar lo l'Rabbi Gamliel. Yadanu haichu Maiko Avid v'Hechen Yosef. The Caesar told her, I know where your God lives and what he does. Yisnagid v'Isnech. Meanwhile, the Caesar sighed. Amrle Maihai, what are you groaning for? Amrle, Ben Echad Yeshli B'Krachi Ayam. I have one of my sons is on a faraway island. V'yeshli gaguim alav, I miss him. Amrle B'ina Demachlis Le'niali. Do you want me to make him appear? I know where he is. Amar Miyadan Echid, how do you know where he is? So Rabbi Gamliel answered, the Ikka ba'ar lo yadat, the Ikka b'shmaya yadat. I don't understand. You just told me you know everything about HaKadosh Baruch Hu, where he is, what he is. Here on the earth, you don't even know what's going on. And you're telling me in the heavens, you know what's going on? Armalei Ketzer Rabbi Gamliel. In the praises of Hashem, it says, Moina mispar l'kochavim. L'chulam shemos yikra. He counts the stars and gives them names. So the Caesar said, my Rebus, what's the big chiddush? I can also count stars. So I say chavusha shadina barvle v'kum hadalu. So Rabbi Gamliel brought some stuff in a sieve and was revolving it, and Amarle Mininu, and he told the Caesar count it. So he said, Ukminu, you have to stop revolving this in order to allow me to count it. So Rabbi Gamliel explained, Rekianami, the heavens also turn, they rotate. And yet Hashem can count it. Just like, so you thought it was an easy thing to count, it's not easy. Some say that what the Caesar said to him was, Manili Kochvi, that I know the count of the stars. And Rabbi Gamliel responded, Emily Kichi v'shinech kamhavi. So this is another version of the story that Rabbi Gamliel asked him, how many teeth do you have? So Shada Yada Lepume, he put his fingers in his mouth to count his teeth. So the ikibupum choloyadati, you don't even know how many teeth you have in your mouth. The ikibur, you know how many stars there are? Amar Kesar Rabbi Gamliel. Misha bara harim lo bara ruach. The entity that created mountains didn't create the wind. There are two different reshuyos. Shenema kine yotzer harim ubara ruach. There's a yotzer and there's a boire. So Rabbi Gamliel answered, Elameata gabi adam. It says that vayivra and vayitzer. Hachadami misha bara zeh lo bara zeh. So the human face is tefach al tefach. Yesh bo ba'adam u'shnei nekavim. Yesh bo. He has a face that's tefach al tefach, and he has two openings, his eye and his ear. Are you going to say Misha bar zeh lo bar zeh? The one who created the eye didn't create the ear. Shnemar hanotea azan al yishma im yotzer ayin halo yabi. Just because the pasuk describes different creation doesn't mean there's a different creator for each thing. Armalei, he agreed with that. Armalo v'shab misas kula nispaisu. And what are you going to say? That all of the various agents that created the different parts of man get together at his death to say now he's going to die? No, it's one creator. Armalei ahu amgusha. Amgusha was one of the magicians, was Avodah Zarah in Persia. They worshipped fire. So he's a fire worshiper. He's like the priest of that. So Armalei ahu amgusha la meimar. Mipagacha li'iloi de Hurmiz. Hurmiz is the good god. Remember, Persia, there was Zoroastrianism. Zoroastrianism doesn't believe in one creator, believes in two, good and evil. And the good God rules over good, and the bad God rules over bad. That's clear Avodah Zarah. So from the half and up of Hurmiz is the good part. Mipaga l'tatoi da'a Hurmiz. And from the bottom, from the waist down, is the bad, is the Avodah Zarah that controls bad. How does a Hurmiz allow water to flow from the upper part of the body? He excretes it as urine. because it's going through different parts of the body, which are ruled by two different gods. So that was Rabban Gamliel's attempt to show that it makes no sense. So these debates, Amalei Keser Rav Tanchum, Tola v'kulan la'amachad. The Romans said to the Jews, let's be one nation, let's assimilate together. Amar Lachai. So Rav Tanchum said, okay. Ananda malina lo matzidin meve kusaychu, ason malisa v'havu kavesan. We circumcise ourselves. We cannot be uncircumcised. You have to circumcise, then you'll be like us. Amar le meimer shaper ka'amid. From a logical point of view, you're correct. Whoever is victorious over the Caesar gets thrown to the wild animals, is eaten. They threw Rav Tanchum with the lions, they didn't eat him. There was an Apikoros, a Christian there. Christian said, it's no big deal. The reason they didn't eat him was because they weren't hungry. So they shot Yulei, so they threw him in. And they ate him. You Jews say that wherever there are 10 Jews, and they have a minion, the Shechina is there. Kama Shechinta Ika. Well, how many Shechinas are there? Kari l'shame macha be'bapitka. Rabbi Gamliel called the servant of the Caesar, struck him on the neck. Amar le amai al shimsha bebeis of the Caesar. Why do you allow the sun to come into the house of the Caesar? Shimsha kula amanicha. What do you mean? The sun goes everywhere. It's a play on words shamis. Like the servant is also the word shemesh. Umashem shedachad min elef alfi rivu shimshi. The sun is only one of 1,000 times 10,000, so it's 10 million. It's 10 million stars for the Kodesh Baruch Hu. Shechinta de Kodesh Baruch Hu alachas kama v'kama. Means one sun, which is just one out of 100 million suns that Hashem created, is enough for the whole world. Then the Shekhinah is also one. It shows His unity even more. And Apikoros said to Ravavo, Elohechem gagchenhu. He's like a jokester. He told Yechezkel, Shchav al tzitcha smoli, lie on your left side. And then it said, Shachaft al tzitcha yimani. Then later on he said, roll on your right side. Also, who Talmida, there was a student who came in front of Ravov, Amarle, my time Yishviyasa. Why do we have Shemitah? Amarlu hashta amina l'chum milsa del shavu l'tervayu. I will give you an answer that will be Roy to both of these questions. Amar Kodesh Baruch Hu Yisrael Zaro Sheish, planned for 6 years. Vishmitu Asheva, let the 7th year lay fallow. Kedei shetedu sha'arz shalihi. So you'll know that the land is mine. And you're just like renters here. Ve'ein lo asuchein, elachatu. The Jews didn't observe Shemitah properly. Therefore, Galu, they were sent into exile. Minago shel oilam, melech bas v'dam shesarcha, olav Medina. If there's a human king that the people are rebelling against him, im achzari hu harigas kulam. If he's cruel, he'll kill them all out. Im Rachmanu, if he's merciful, Hoyreg Chatziyayim, he kills half of them. Im Rachman Moli Rachman, who miasrak doilim shebein bisurin, he just tortures the leaders of the whole city. But so Avkach HaKadosh Baruch Hu miasrei Yechezkel. Here, Kadosh Baruch Hu was putting Yechezkel through some Yisurim k'dei l'mark av nesem shel Yisrael, to help atone for the sins of Yisrael. He told him to lie on one side for the years that Klai Yisrael did not observe Shemitah. Amar le'ahu mina l'Ravavo. Assert not because said Ravo, Elohechem koyenu. Your God is a kohen, because it says v'yichuli truma. So kikavri l'Moshe b'mai tovil. So how did HaKadosh Baruch Hu, who buried Moshe, how did he become Tohor? What mikveh did he go in? Because a kohen that becomes Tomei by occupying with a burial has to go to Tefillah in order for him to eat Truma. Maybe HaKadosh Baruch Hu was toivel in water. That all of the waters of the whole earth is just a small amount for HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and he can't be toivel in it. He was toivel in fire, because it says Kinei Hashem ba'esh yavo. So umi salka tfilusa benura. Can you be toivel in fire? Yeah. Adarab ikut tfilusa benura. The real purification of tumas for fire, because it says after the Milchamas Midian, kol davar sheyavo ba'esh taviru ba'esh v'taher. B'chol asher lo yavo ba'esh, whatever cannot be toivel in fire, taviru b'moy. So really, fire is the ideal way. Amar le min le Rav Avina. It says, Mi ka'amcha Yisrael goyechad ba'aretz. My Rav say, what's the chiddush of that? Asonami arvisu b'hadon. You are mixed with us. And it says, Kol hagoyim ke'ein negdo. Amar le miditchu asidun alon. Your Navi that came from you, meaning Bilam, said, Uvagoyim lo yischashab, that even when the Jews live among the Goyim, they're not going to be considered, the Goyim are not going to be considered part of us. They're going to remain unique. Rabbi Elazar Rami. Rabbi Elazar showed a stira. It says, Tov Hashem l'chol, v'rachmav kol ma'asav. Hashem is good to everybody. Then it says, Tov Hashem l'kovav, to those that believe in him. Mashal Adam Sheish Lo Pardes. Like a person has an orchard. Kishu Mashke, when he irrigates it, Mashke is kulon. He allows the irrigation ditches to fill up to all the orchard in one shot. That's the Tov Hashem Lakol. But Kishu Oider. But when he prunes and weeds, and he's careful for each and every plant, then Ein Oder Lo Tovim Shveim. He only does that to the best of the produce, not to all of them. So it said, when Achav, the Amelech died, Vayavor Arina b'Machane. With the death of Achav, the Machane was happy. Amr Achav Brachanina, Bavod Rishoim Rina, Ba'avad Achav ben Amri Rina. And the death of Achav was Rina. Is Hashem happy when the Rishoim fall? Haksiv. B'tzeis lifnei chalutz, v'oimrim holu Hashem kilonim chazdo. V'omer Rav Yonasan v'nimalu nemar b'hoido zu ki tov. It only says hodu, it doesn't say ki tov. L'fi she'en HaKadosh Baruch Hu sameach b'mol lashon shel Rishoim. Hashem is not happy with the fall of evil people. Amar Shmuel bar Nachman Amar Rav Yonasan. It says by Kriyas Yamsuf, Ma'idich Siv lo karav zel zeh kol halayla, that the two camps did not come close. Also, Shabikshu Malach Ashes Lama Shir Nekadosh Baruch Hu. The Malachim wanted to say Shira. Amar Lana Nekadosh Baruch Hu. Ma'aseh Yodei Tovim Bayam Atem Amrim Shir Lefanai. The Egyptians are dying, and you're saying Shira? So you see, you're not happy. Amar Rav Yossi Bar Chanina. Who ain't no sas? Aval Acheri Mesis. Hashem is not sas, but others are happy. They can have me. T'chsiv Yasis. V'lo Yaksiv Yasus. Ramina. V'hazoynois Rochatzu. By the death of Achav, it says the Zoynos washed. It's a play on words. It's to erase two visions. Achav shel Michayahu v'Achav shel Eliyahu. B'Michayahu ksiv imshov tashu b'shalom lo diber Hashem bi. And by Eliyahu, ksiv b'mkom asher lakaku haklavim es dam navis. That Achav will die in the same place where the dogs licked up the blood of navis. Rav Amar Zoynos mamish. These were real prostitutes. Achav ish mitzunanaya. He was sort of a frigid man. Basalo Yizebel, his wife Jezebel, made like these idols. He would look at them and he would get aroused. Vish moshach bakeshas l'suma vayachel. That he just was speaking. Comes to fulfill the prophecies of these Nevi'im. Simin Karazacha Bedam. Ksiv Vaikra Chavel Ovadyahu. He called to Ovadyahu Shel Abayis. Ovadyahu was very fearful of Hashem. My Kamar Kro. Amrav Yitzchak Amar Lei. B'Yakov Ksiv Nichashti Vayvarchen Hashem Biglalecha. This is what Achav said to Ovadyahu, that Lavan said to him that I was blessed because of you. And then by Yosef it also says Vayivarach Hashem is based on Mitzri Biglad Yosef. Based on Du Gavra Lav Mivrich, but my house is not being blessed. And Ovadyahu was in charge of his house. Maybe you're not fearful of God. If here's by Yaakov and Yosef, if they were Avdei Hashem, Yirei Hashem, their master was being blessed. Because remember, Eliyahu had caused a drought by Achav. Yatzas Abaskal Vamra Ovadyahu Haya Yirei Hashem Me'od. Aval Beis Shalachav and a Mezumin LeBracha. But the house of Achav is not warranted to get blessing. Amar Rav Gadol Shnemer Bovadyahu Yisrael Shnemer Bavram. Greater what was said about Ovadyahu than what was said by Avram. Dilu ba'Avram lo ksiv ma'od. It says Yirei Elohimhu, but Yirei Elohim ata, but it doesn't say ma'od. Ovadyahu ksiv ma'od. Amar Rav Yitzchak b'nei ma zach Ovadyahu l'nevius. Why was Ovadyahu zoiched himself to prophecy? He hid 100 Nevi'im, prophets from Izevel, who was trying to kill them. Shneimar vayibach ris Izevel is Nevi Hashem. Vayikach Ovadyahu mei Nevi'im vaychviem 50 ish b'mar. He put 50 Nevi'im in one cave, 50 Nevi'im in another cave. Ma'ishta 50 ish. Amar Rav Elazar Yaakov Laman. He learned from Yaakov, who divided his camp. Shneimar vayamach adan isha lifleita. Avo Amar lefi shein mar machzekes Yosher. He says just the practical thing. The caves only held 50. And then Chazon Ovadyahu Kol Hashem Elohim leEdom. We lay in this Haftorah Parshas Vayishlach, and the Navi Ovadyahu is connected to prophecy about Edom. Why? Ma'ishno Ovadyahu leEdom. Amar Rav Yitzchak Amar Kadosh Baruch Hu Yavo Ovadyahu Adar ben Shnei Rishoim. That Ovadyahu lived with two Rishoim, Izevel and Achav. Lo lamat mimaseyim. V'inabe al Esav Arasha Shadar ben Shnei Tzadikim v'lo lamat mimaseyim. Esav also lived with Yitzchak and Yaakov and did learn from their actions. Amar Afraim Mikshot Talmidot Shel Rav Meir Mishum Rav Meir. Ovadyahu Gerei Domiyai. Ovadyahu was a convert from Edom. That from the city, from the same forest will come the wood that is used to chop the forest down. So to chop Edom down, they're going to take it from somebody from Edom. By David HaMelech says the same thing. Vayachas Moav, Vaymadedem b'chevel hashkevo samartzo. Amrav Yechim Mishum Rav Shimon Yochai Hanu Damri Inshi Mineu Be'Abba Lezel Be'Nargad. David also came from Moab, right? From Rus. So from the descendant of Moab came the destruction of Moab. Yasser Avdimi Amar Yarch Mitocha Masrachas. That the rotting of a bad person starts from themselves. We learned this in Melachim. The Melech Moab took his son and put him up as an oila. Rav Shmuel. Qaram l'Shem Shamayim was for Hashem. And another says Hashem Avodah Zarah. That the Goy was honoring Hashem more than the Jews were honoring Hashem. So that's why there was an anger. Why was there Ketzef on Klal Yisrael if he was offering his son to Avodah Zarah? So Rav ben Levi. Rav ben Levi Rami. It says, like the goyim around you, you didn't do. But then it says, you did do it. So, you didn't act like the good goyim. You acted you acted like the bad goyim. Then it says, Vayisu me'alav vayishvu lo aretz. Arach bar papa ba'oiser shah yardu vishen shel Yisrael l'madrega tachtoina. The Jews went to the lowest point. This is when they were worshiping all this Avodah Zarah that we learned about. We said that Ovadiyahu was Yirei Hashem Ma'od. So by Avishaga Shunamit, who was the young girl that they found for David HaMelech to warm him up, it says, Vanara Yafa Ad Ma'od. But she was not half as beautiful as Sarah Imenu. Receive Ad Ma'od, only Ad Ma'od, but not Ma'od, not to be like Ma'od. Okay, let's start the first perek. Excuse me.
Wait.
Okay, let's start the